get all my psychic through watching eye rolls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you can learn to read eye rolls.
That's why I go by pictures. No eye rolls in a picture.
You're on the after show.
Yeah. I looked up and I realized that we're on the after show. I looked up and saw it.
Oh, my goodness.
So your sister's not intuitive. And you said your friends are skeptical, but they're supportive. I'd imagine they'd have to be supportive or you're not going to be talking to them. So,
right. Yeah.
Do you think this is, how do you think people have the ability? Because it would seem like something that might be within a family, or how do you get it?
I think my mom is fairly intuitive herself. And I know my dad's grandmother was Aztec, and I know that can be passed down, like inherited abilities can be inherited in that way. So I think that's my guess as far as where it comes from.
Okay,
that connection.
I noticed when you were talking to TJ, you were. It's not the right word, but it's the word I'll use. Yeah, you seem anxious at the beginning, and it seemed like all the other ones that we had dealt with was so overconfident almost. And what they're like, they would come in and just tell you this room is blue, and it's like, no, it isn't. It's blue. I see blue, or and. You were very laid back about it, and TJ gives a master. It's like I should videotape it because it's just like a grilling of a psychic. It's like an interrogate. It's like Joe Friday interrogating a psychic. And he's got his list of questions, and they get expanded upon by everything. But it does help us. To what degree do you think that beyond any intuitive ability, you're providing people with a friend or a voice or somebody that's just listening?
What do you mean?
Like the way that you're doing it, it seems like it gives people an outlet to have somebody listening to them that's not judging them per se.
Right.
And people go to all kinds of lengths to find people to listen to them, because a lot of people don't have friends that at all, or don't have friends that listen, that they'll join organizations, or I've seen people put themselves in the mental hospitals because they had nobody to talk to, and they really didn't have a mental issue so much as they just didn't have anybody to talk to about their regular life problems.
Yeah.
I mean, do you see some of that where you're providing that with some, do you ever get people asking you things that you think are just like friends that like, why aren't you just asking one of your buddies? Go out to friendlies.
Well, yeah, it's a human connection it's a connection people are looking for usually in a reading. People usually aren't getting a reading because they want to know what they're going to do next week for, on Friday night. They want to understand, or they want guidance for their current situation or hope for the future.
So they have something come up and they want some
guidance,
advice and guidance right away.
And if I can see them in the future, I let them know, but it doesn't always happen.
What's the top thing people come to you for that motivates them to reach out to you? Like, is it relationships? Is it finance?
Usually relationships, or, relationships, or jobs, financial issues. That's been the main, or health issues. That's another one. Because I've been able to connect with people enough that I can feel where they are hurting. But there's not much, I've passed on that information, what I believed was the problem, and I haven't heard back, so I don't know if it was helpful or not.
They don't follow up with you? I would think that they would give you a thumbs up or thumbs down, or...
Oh, I'm trying to think of a specific example. I'm remembering all the people who I've asked them if they had pain in a certain area. Oh, my friend's brother who passed away. I asked her if he had migraines and migraines and a heart problem, and he had both. And I said that I thought that he had this specific gene mutation. So that, I mean, it's stuff like that it's hard to say if I was right about that, but that's what I got.
Do you see stuff about, and I don't know how this works, do you see stuff about yourself? Is that introspection or intuitiveness, or? I
think it's intuitive as far as knowing myself.
Do you see things you don't want to see ever? Have you ever seen something you just want to la la la? What's the psychic equivalent of la 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 la?
Very good at blocking. Yeah. I think it's very good at blocking that kind of thing out. So I don't see or hear anything physical.
What do you mean?
Like I don't see things in front of me. I don't hear things in my ear. I can, like, your mind's eye. My mind's eye is where I can see.
How's that present itself to you?
I'm not sure how to explain it. It's just what you can see inside your mind. Like a...
Is it like feeling more than seeing?
Just flashes of vision for me. It's like I could see something in my mind, even though I'm looking at something else.
Is it clear?
Sometimes.
So it's not always clear. It varies.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because like I told you before talking, you had given information on a case, and I said, and you kind of look a little perplexed, like I've got to think about this, because I said, you're giving information, but it's about another case. Mm-hmm. You know, I think your wires may be crossed, because you did have a lot of stuff about this one case but I think it's like you got the paperwork in the wrong folders, you know, with the wrong name on it, because it's all about this other case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's definitely it's new to me that you're able to cross. Something gets crossed in that whatever is out there that's connecting with me. If there's more than one thing trying to connect with me, it's possible that I got them mixed up.
Right. But see, if when you said to me and we realized the two are, I think you're getting the two crossed. When I thought about that, my thought was, in what way, and what I've been trying to figure out, how could these two be connected? Mm-hmm. Is there some connection between these two? I know they're years apart and everything, they're both unsolved. Mm-hmm. You know, is there something that makes them connected? But if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing? What would be your dream? No, not what you'd be doing. Let me rephrase the question. What would you like to be doing? What would your dream thing be doing if you weren't doing this?
I don't even, I've been a mom for the past 2 years. So I'm very focused on family life right now. So just like being able to spend time with my boys without having to worry about anything else. That's what I would be doing.
No girls?
No girls.
It's odd. This is completely unrelated, but I've been seeing more and more families of people I know that are having multiple children, same gender.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know what that is. I don't know. It used to be you'd have a boy and a girl, or a boys, a couple girls. And now I'm seeing like, and it's funny because a lot of people I know, and they'll hear this, but it's like my IT guys I know like 3 or 4 of them, you know, always working out, big macho guys, big monster trucks, and they just keep cranking out girls. And And it's like, you know, I just tease them mercilessly about it.
You don't get what you want. You get what you need.
Yeah, but I mean, so the interpretation of that is that they need to never get into a bathroom in their house in a timely fashion. And you've got like 4 girls, girls in life. The have you ever been to a psychic?
No.
You ever thought about going?
No.
Why not?
I think I remember an instance there was, for Halloween when I was younger, I had the opportunity to go to somebody who was doing palm readings or a trick-or-treating, and I chose trick-or-treating. So I never got that palm reading.
But why wouldn't you go?
I would love to. I mean, I don't have the money for that, to pay somebody for a reading right now, which is why like the Facebook groups are nice because you get free readings from people, but it's it's hard to tell who knows what they're talking about.
Have you gone on there and gotten multiple readings and seen a correlation between what the people are saying that supports it? You know, or are they saying different things?
As far as general readings go, they've all been fairly accurate. Nothing really specific.
But see, I wonder sometimes, and again, not to downplay it, but I wonder sometimes, like we talked about, you know, I did magic for a while on cold reading, and to what point is that an extension of cold reading, which is what every used car salesman uses to sell you a car, and just when you're coming down across the lobby, they're reading you. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if there are people that say they have these abilities that are doing nothing more than that. I'm not saying that's all the people, but I think every profession has people in it and then there are people that truly think that they see some divine light that guides them that are just, you know, a couple fries short of a Happy Meal. And I've seen them. And years ago, my ex, we went out west for a seminar. It's a spiritual thing, and I went because I like the Midwest. She went for the spiritual thing, and they went out there, and there's a conference, and we're in this conference center, and we're out near Sedona, Arizona, and I was in it for maybe 5 minutes. It was like, and I put my hand up, and I said, "Are we going to be in here all day? Because it's really beautiful out there. And couldn't we just sit out there?" And then I got labeled as a troublemaker after a while, and because I was asking all these questions, and then there literally were people there with tinfoil pyramids on their head, and I got escorted out by the pyramid people, and I had a better trip, and I went out and had so much fun that I came back and led a revolution and got like 10 people out of the thing, and then we just went and just toured the place. But I was like, you're in this great spiritual place, and you're sitting in this air-conditioned room watching a slideshow. Why wouldn't you go outside? But there, it would be, you should get like, put on like a Rasta wig and go like and be undercover psychic. There. I just came up with the concept, undercover psychic. Yeah. Undercover psychic. I mean, that show sells itself to the networks. Undercover psychic. Everybody would watch at least half a season of that. I don't even know what undercover psychic would do, but I'd watch it to find out. You just go to other psychics and get the readings from them.
Super manipulative.
It does. It's horrible. But in the people that you've met to do this, like anything that's any kind of craft or vocation, are there people that you've seen that help people tune their abilities?
Yeah, there's one woman who said that she would be like a mentor to me. Like I could bounce things off her, like try to understand.
Is that for free?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So she's been really wonderful. Any questions that I come up with that, the first question I ever asked her was like, why are these people continuing to ask me for a reading, even